Let's talk about how you can start reopening your photography business in a post-COVID-19 world. If this is the first time that my face has been on your screen, hello, my name is Zoe and I am a professional photographer based in Washington, D.C. If you want to learn how to grow your photography business, improve your photography skills, and discover new gear to help you do it, start by hitting that subscribe button and turning on post notifications so you never miss one of my Sunday uploads. As many places around the US start to move towards phase 1 and phase 2 of reopening, it's time to talk about how photographers can safely get back to work while protecting themselves, their families, and their clients. Protecting your clients is one of the most important things that you can do to maintain their trust and preserve your business. And in the world we live in today, we all have a social responsibility to do everything we can to help keep each other safe. Ultimately, the decision about when to reopen your business is going to be a deeply personal one. And you should only make this decision when you feel comfortable doing so. Depending on where you live, the climate of what is acceptable might look vastly different from someone in another place in the country, and that is totally okay. Make decisions based on what is allowed in your area and what is safe for the type of location that you live in. If you live in New York City, please don't base your decision off of what somebody in a rural part of America is doing, and vice versa. If you live in a rural part of the country where things are a little bit more under control, you may have a little bit more freedom opening up your business than someone who lives in a major metropolitan area. But like I said, before you make any decisions on how you're going to proceed, check the local laws and guidelines for the state or country you live in to make sure that all of your plans comply with any requirements for your business. Based on the requirements that are currently in effect in my local area, these are the precautions that I am taking as I begin to reopen my photography business. My communication with my clients about how COVID-19 is going to affect their sessions starts with the absolute first contact with said client. For the time being, I am currently only offering outdoor sessions, so if someone is looking to book a session indoors or a studio session or a location in their home or other indoor locations around my city, I tell them that unfortunately, while I can accommodate them for an outdoor session at this time, I would have to put them on a list to call them back once I start opening up for indoor sessions based on what the guidelines are going to be in my area moving forward. So I'm right now quoting people that that's probably going to be in about a month, but I really just can't say for certain until we get more feedback, as everything currently is still developing. After the consultation phone call, if someone has decided that they would like to go ahead and book a session for the near future, I have a COVID-19 section in my contract in case I am to get sick myself. And then separate from my contract, I have a COVID-19 liability waiver that states that the parties taking place in the photo shoot, be that an individual or multiple people, are understanding that I will not be held liable if someone is to get sick because of the photo shoot, and also acknowledging all of the health and safety measures for our local area and stating that I, as the photographer, and them as the clients, all agree to follow the local guidelines in regards to keeping each other safe. I also make sure that my clients sign the contract and the liability waiver before I reserve their specified time and date for their session. So their time is not blocked off until I get that signed liability waiver for COVID-19, as well as their signed contract. And then finally, if you go to my website, you will see that I now have a banner across the top saying your health and safety is important to me. Learn how I'm protecting you through COVID-19 here. So if you click on the banner, it will take you over to my frequently asked questions page. And then the first question that I have at the top of my FAQ currently is, what precautions are you taking to prevent the spread of COVID-19? To which my answer, and you are welcome to use this on your website if you are a photographer, is the health and safety of my clients and their families is my top priority. If you or anyone coming to the session have had any COVID-19 related symptoms 14 days prior to your scheduled session, or has tested positive for COVID-19 without receiving a negative test since, please do not come. I cannot stress this enough. For the time being, there is no penalty or fee for having to reschedule for any COVID-19 related reasons. In addition, for the time being, I am taking the following precautions. All sessions will take place outdoors. All adults must wear a mask upon arrival. I will too, so we can meet and discuss the details of your session. Once we get started, your masks can come off and I will start shooting from a minimum of 6 feet away. And just to elaborate from photographer to photographer, for me, staying 6 feet away means that I'm also going to be shooting with a higher millimeter lens than I typically would at a standard portrait session. So for me, I really enjoy using on my crop sensor camera my Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter, and I have found that that just doesn't allow for the level of social distancing that is required at this time. For the foreseeable future, I will be using nothing smaller than a 50 millimeter when I am working with portrait clients. It's not my ideal because that's not my personal style of photography that I like. However, I can still accomplish a very similar result to what I would normally do with that lens. And like I said, keeping everyone safe is most important. So I will be using a 50 millimeter. If you're on full frame, I would recommend something like a 70 to 200 if you have that in your kit. And then finally, in addition to making sure that I am wearing a mask for the duration of every shoot, I'm also making sure that I thoroughly clean all of my gear and my camera bag and anything else that I might touch throughout the shoot thoroughly before and after my photo shoot. As I said before, the decision to reopen your business is going to be a deeply personal one, but each of us has a responsibility to do everything we can to keep each other safe. I hope this video has helped give you some insight on the precautions that you should be considering when choosing to safely reopen your photography business. If I missed something in this video that you think could be useful to my business or the business of anybody else watching this video, please leave it in the comments because I love seeing when the community interacts with each other about how we can improve our photography business. Thank you for watching. Like this video if you learned something that you're going to utilize in the reopening process, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a Sunday upload. I'll see you next week with more tips on how to grow your photography business, improve your photography skills, and discover new gear to help you do it. Bye guys.
Lonesome dripping, 'cause we're spending the night, and it feels alright, but it's over now. Time keeps slipping with your skin next to mine, and your lips I can fight, but it's over now.